not too badly off, but when you look at the score sheet, it's a 5-basket difference. Blazers really need to get their act together. We have so much to talk about, and it'd be very interesting to hear the thoughts of Emmanuel King, but that is after we take a look at some of the highlights of the first half.
First half, KPA showing some strong shooting, as has Blazers. That one, Ariel Okal, mid to long range jumper. You want your big men to be able to take those men.
Good follow through, good eyes on the target, wonderful shot.
And then he shows more athleticism going on that reverse layup. That soft touch at the end has been his strength. But look at that no-look pass. He goes up, quick layup, reverses. But he has Joseph Ouma to thank for that assist.
We initially said the difference could be the post players in this game. And they're showing the post players have come out, served notice early. It's going to be a problem.
Yes, indeed. But that veteran of the KBF Premier League, Abel Son, one of the three three-pointers he made today. There's another one. They're looking for him. Spreading the ball out, find Abelson again, and you said you leave him wide open at your own peril.
Abel will shoot, as I said, he'll shoot a couple of shots, get his rhythm going. Once he gets it, expect to see more of those shots going in.
Yes, indeed, and that's fine form. That one comes off the board, but it doesn't matter. The board is there for a reason. And so again, they swing the ball back outside. Blazers trying to be a bit patient. That goes to Jeremiah Omosa, who takes his own three. We've seen quite a few of those jacked up today.
Omosa got 2 back-to-back threes. I believe he's on 100% shooting right now, so expect to see more of him.
Expect to see more of this gentleman too. Joseph Ouma, Basketball Without Borders alumni. Look at that feed into the post. And Patrick Kirui showing good big man play to drop that in.
Good color around pass from the young guy from that camp in South. Showed some real composure, good pass.
Yes, indeed. And now again, good ball movement. And there is the second of those threes by Jeremiah Omosa. He's looking very confident and sends that one in.
If I was the coach, I'd leave him on the floor more. Let him take more of those shots. Have him on one side, Abel on one side, see how it goes.
Blazers will need these 3-pointers as they're facing a 10-point deficit. And there's Dixon Aran, who's shown quite a bit of athleticism in this game. That ball tipped by Joseph Ouma and Patrick Kirui, the big man, but with a nice shooting touch.
I like what Ouma is doing. I think he's leading in assists so far. Probably has like 5. Goes on this way. Maybe can hit a 10 assists for this game.
And this is that frantic end to the half. That full court pressure by KPA. Ariel Okal benefiting, getting that dunk and going down and deflating the morale of this Blazers game. Because as it stands, it's the start that matters the most. It's 23 to 33. But what do you make of these other numbers?
On the 3-point side, we're seeing that they've thrown up 5 to hit is still below par. It's still below par. Most of the points are coming off the 2 points. So off the threes, need to step it up.
15 of the Blazers' 23 points have come from the three-point line. They haven't gotten any free throws, so clearly that's what they live by. That's their bread and butter. But what should KPA do to extend this, and what should Blazers do to sort of reduce the deficit?
We're going to see KPA play more of that pressure defense. As soon as they did that, the threes were not going in anymore. Blazers on the other side need to be more composed. Get the ball on the other side of the floor, then they can be able to take off the threes.
Incredibly no steals for either team, but you've got 14 turnovers for the Blazers, which is not bad. 18 for KPA. Maybe they need to handle the ball better.
Definitely both teams to have these numbers by halftime. That's a major concern for the coaches.
Incredibly, just the one foul for KPA. Good, clean basketball. I have to admit, I'm a fan of non-physical basketball. I like it when the players focus on the game and don't foul as much. How about you?
Definitely. It means the players are moving their feet more. They're getting there in good time. Aggressive, but not rough.
Yes, indeed. And the score is 23-33 at halftime. Let's see what, with about 7 as halftime goes on, let's see what both teams have lined up for the second half, as we take it to Chikulawi and Emmanuel King on bet courtside.
Arnold, Ben, thank you very much. It was rightly pointed out by the both of you that composure will be key for Blazers. That aggressive defense, we said from the beginning, we mentioned it here, that KPA will play aggressive, either zone or man on man, and that will be high or low pressing. They did it, especially towards the end there, KPA. When you have someone like Joseph Ouma pushing the ball, very talented, no showboating, simply feeding, and when you're feeding to someone like Okal, he's throwing them down left, right and center, not to mention the person who's deputizing for him when they want to rest him, Muramba. fantastic two centers.
Joseph Ouma has proved that his being included in basketball without borders was not a fluke, because he comes down, plays very aggressively in D. On transition, he can do the 1 and 2, he can sidestep, fake you in between his legs and give a perfect pass. Look at what Ariel Okal is doing on the baseline. Every time the ball comes from Joseph Ouma on top, he goes on the baseline, easy 2 all the time. And Blazers will blame themselves. Why? Because they're not as aggressive as KPA is.
And speaking of aggression, now we pointed out that KPA's defense is very aggressive. Look at the final few seconds of the second period, all right? What they do is they attack the offense. They pressurize you with a lot of aggression and force you to make a turnover. Now, because they don't have, good shooters, they try to force mistakes and capitalize them in a running game. Look at Okal, throws it down, double-handed. It was so much pressure, 2 baskets in 19 seconds when... forcing turnovers and then capitalizing on it. That's the secret. Trailblazers, they need to change something. They need to be able to contain that pressure. How do they do it?
Coach Ojukwu has realized that KPA Blazers are not good. They don't have a good point guard. So what do? Put pressure on them. Put pressure on their defense. Every time they've done that, they've made a basket. And Okal, imagine Okal taking a ball from a point guard and going to dunk. What if they can do that over and over again? See, they were 2 points down. When they did that 4 times, they went 8 points ahead. Now the game is 10 points. They're actually going to beat Blazers if they continue that way.
But we've seen Abel, we've seen Michoma. These guys are so calm, collected, outside the arc, drowning those 3-pointers. What is the problem today? You can't tell me it's the camera.
Abel is good. Michoma can shoot from 3. However, if the ball does not get to them on the offense, then they have a problem. They always have to play D. Remember, Abel is playing very hard D. When he goes on offense, the ball has to go to him. If he doesn't get the ball, he can't shoot. And if Abel can shoot, then they'll be beaten by KPA.
Well, we've heard it time and time again. Get the ball to Abel, get the ball to Michoma, try and play these balls down. It's quite interesting. You see, we've seen some very good play from Trailblazers, but there's just something they're not doing. You see, they isolate. This is really good. Abel getting the ball. They know that he's going to shoot, so they crash towards him, try to defend. You feed inside. They need to do this more and more often. And, when they can isolate Abel, he will always sink them.
If Abel is isolated, if I was the coach of Blazers, what I'd do is isolate Abel, get Michoma the ball, let Michoma get the ball, because now if Abel and Michoma are on different sides, both of them can shoot. KPA has only shot 1 3-pointer. Blazers are trailing by 10 and I've shot 5 3-pointers.
Driving could be very key because, they're trying to also catch the KPA defense before it settles down. So far, not so good from behind the arc, but things could change. They're starting to warm up. Third and fourth quarters, very key. Do you think they'll step up?
They have to step up. Michoma has to come back in. Abel has to get back in. Ken Care also is very key because he can play top and he can play down. So if the ball can be gotten to Abel, Michoma or Ken Care, then KPA will have a very hard third quarter.
Very hard third quarter so far. The first 2 periods, very good for KPA. It is all about Blazers chasing that game. We've heard Ben Olwatch talking about how vital Abel can be when it counts. Well, I can assure you it counts now. He better step up. We'll see. Third and fourth period coming up.
welcome back from wherever you're watching across Africa to the third quarter of this final of a 4-game bonanza. This one between Nairobi's Blazers and KPA of Mombasa. Blazers find themselves in a bit of a hole at the start of this third quarter, trailing by 10 points and looking for the early basket to lower the deficit, and they get that. That's a quick start. Basket by number 9, Jamie Choma. Is that how you want to come out when your team's when you're trailing by 10?
Definitely, Arnold. You need to come out strong, aggressive. Your back has been pushed to the wall. You need every offense to be perfect.
The evergreen Ben on watch saying you need every offense to be perfect. KPA needs most of the offense to be perfect. And a foul called. That's on number 9. Jamie Choma just made that basket. Maybe a bit too energetic. He should look how to control his energy, because like power and speed, energy is useless without control.
Definitely, Arnold. You lose control, especially off the dribble. You're going to tumble down. You're going to get a block shot. Composure.
That's a long pass. Finds Jamie Choma. Choma with taking the extra pass. Finds Makori, who makes that basket. And this is exactly the start that Blazers must have been looking for coming into this one.
Definitely quick back-to-back 2 points. The lead has been cut down, so it's going to be more competitive.
The lead indeed reduced very quickly to 6 points, but they leave a man wide open. That's a big offensive rebound by Dixon Akan, showing again his top-level athleticism. Ball goes out of bounds for KPA. Joseph Oma to inbound. Lobs it out and finds Samuel Ochole. Ball to Aran. Aran back to Oma. Spots, shoots, misses. But Ariel Lokal is there for the rebound. Misses that one, but does very well to grab it and maintain possession. Going for the fancy round the back pass back into Ariel Lokal, and he is fouled. That's a nice tricky passage of play there by the big man, showing small man skills.
Definitely, Arnold. This guy seems to be enjoying himself. And we talked about these second shots in the first 2 quarters. They're going to kill Blazers. They've taken the shot, taken the rebound twice, back to back. It can't work like that.
Swinging the ball out. There's a 3-point attempt. That one's missed. And Blazers grab the rebound. Abel Son with it. And now pushing the plays, Joel Wafula. Wafula finding Son, thinking about the 3, changing his mind. But he finds an open man. That's Kevin Kaya. Kevin Kaya misses, and rebound now Joseph Oma going to bring the ball the other way quickly. Dixon around calling for the upstairs play, but that doesn't happen. Stepped out, and it's KPA ball. For those that don't know, by the way, KPA is Kenya Ports Authority, the team from Mombasa. They are home court in Makupa, formidable fortress, Ben.
The court there has been a good place for me over the years. Had some good wins, had some bad losses there. And recently they had a good rundown of the court. It's been refurbished, looks pretty good.
Yes, indeed. Basketball facilities improving all over Kenya. There's a foul in the act of shooting. The foul's on number 14, Ariel Okal, his first. For a big one, it's a surprise that it's taken 7:54 in the third quarter for him to get his first foul. Again, that's only KPA's third foul. And it's going to be 2 free throws for Jamie Choma. Good shooting motion. Is that how you teach it, coach?
That's the right follow through, patience on the floor, have a rhythm.
Jamie Choma with 2 perfect free throws, and the Blazers just like that come to within 6. Now KPA getting to Okal, the big man who clearly can play outside as well.
Abel looks to be looking for the open shot, but these guys have now taken him seriously. But he goes one up. That's what we've been talking about.
Seriously or not, man in his face, hand in his face, he doesn't care. He goes up and gets that 3-pointer, brings Blazers back to within 5. Turnover by KPA. These ones might prove costly. George Makori with the trouble.
I'd call that a careless turnover, Arnold.
And maybe it's the court that needs polishing, as we've got a timeout. KPA calling a timeout. Antonio Juku not liking what he's seeing, perhaps thinking that KPA is becoming a bit careless, because that 10-point lead has been reduced to a 3-point lead, 30-33.
Okay, listen up, guys, listen up. I don't have to yell on you, I don't have to shout on you for you to play. We are very casual, we are very untidy on the floor, we are not smart, we are not... I mean, we are not taking care of the ball. Okal, everybody, Ochola. We are making bad decisions on the floor. We are not playing together right now, we are not playing together. This game is not over until it's over. We have blew up a 10-point lead. Now we are ahead by 3 points. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it show? Tony, look at me. You guys decide what you want to do on the floor, okay? Let's decide what you want to do on the floor. As much as you're having fun, let us do things in a proper way. Let us play hard. Let them earn the point. Let them earn the baskets. Let's go, guys. Let's go. 3-point lead. We have just played 3.5 minutes. Fred, home. Team, 1 to 3. Team.
Ben Antonio Juku telling his players, as much as you're having fun, let's get serious, because it's a 9-0 run for the Blazers. KPA haven't scored with almost 3 minutes of the third quarter done. Antonio Juku maybe calling the timeout to restructure their play.
We talked about this KPA team being youthful, and I think youth is beginning to show. They're not being careful, they don't know when to put the game away. It's going to cost them, they keep on doing this.
As they've got possession with a chance to extend their lead, which has been shrunk to just the 1 point. Dixon a run on the ball, and that's stolen, and they're going to go on the break, and George McCurry gets the ball, goes up for the layup, and he is blocked in a resounding way by Dixon Aran. He's a hugely talented athletic player, and now they go back up, but rebound. What a block there.
That's a big block. Good play, good defensive play, good hustle.
Blazers come back, go for the layup attempt, and that's tipped in by Joel Wafula. Blazers now, for the first time in this game, they've got the lead, 34-33.
Arnold, this is what they were not doing in the first 2 quarters. They were not attacking the boards. Now they're doing that, and it's bringing them back into the game.
Ariel Okal showing his inside shooting. That's a soft touch, and KPA back in the lead. It's now 34-35.
Definitely now, big block we just saw there. Good follow-up, good big block.
That's why you never give up on the first break. You chase it and hopefully you'll get the block. And that's a good block too, because they get the ball back. But now this one's a foul.
We get a sub here, and we have Rajab checking in. Let's see what Rajab has to do.
Rajab Khatib getting his first spell of play in this game. Abelson trying to work behind the screen, goes for the long 3-pointer. That's not looking like the best advice shot, but KP again not crashing the boards. George McCurry trying to get the rebound, but Rajab going up the basket, missing it, but again Ariel Okal following through. He leads the game.
This big guy Arnold is going to be dangerous here. He's playing good defense, he's putting his hand in the lane, going for the second shots. That was a big putback there.
Yes, indeed, and he gets the steal that sets up Rajab Khatib. That's a miss, but it's going to go back inside, and Samuel Ochola making that basket, and Blazers finding themselves now under the cosh.
We'll talk about this the whole day. Second shots. Somebody has to put their body on the offensive player.
Adamson looking to find George McCurry. The ball goes back inside to Kevin Kaya.
That is goaltend, if you ask me, Arnold. That's goaltend. It should be a basket.
Yes, indeed. Referee is not agreeing with us. I thought that was goaltending too, to be fair. Kevin Kaya looking very surprised, and with good reason. It's okay, we're looking to extend their lead. Alayu pass, Okal gets it, gets his own rebound, misses, taps the ball, looking for third rebound, and that's going to be a foul on Kevin Kaya. And again, he looks surprised, does not believe that's been called on him.
Arnold, today we are seeing probably a national team play in the making here. We can't let this height go to waste.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how long he'll be at KPA before one of these big Nairobi teams snaps him up. But for now, he's very much a KPA player.
Okal last season played in a lower division team. He played for the Nakuru club. KPA spotted him, picked him up quickly, and pretty soon probably Corp and Lions will come knocking.
Will Nairobi Aviation come knocking too, Ben?
Definitely, I'm watching.
Ben Olwach, of course, the head coach of Nairobi Aviation, one of the teams in the top flight here in Kenya. Second free throw by Samuel Ochola. He makes them both, and now that lead extends to 7 points. Blazers on 34, KP on 41. Blazers flattened with the 10-second clock, but not getting it. That's an alley-oop pass that's nicely dropped down by number 13, Chris Musetti. That's what happens when you trap and you don't trap tightly.
That's what you need to do. Good offense by the Blazers. Make the ball move from one corner of the court to the other. Stretch the defense, then you're gonna get quick, easy points.
Quick, easy points it is, and that's a fake drive to the basket. Good move, and again, Ariel Okal there on the offensive glass, sends the ball out. One extra pass. Rajab Khatib going up for the shot, makes it, and that's good basketball. That's how you get yourself open shots.
Definitely, Okal is the key thing, getting them second shots, and this is gonna be an issue for Blazers. Take away the second shots. You gave them the second shot, second opportunity, good shot.
KPA's lead back up to 7. As number 7, Frederick Lugasi brings the ball in. Lugasi, of course, a rookie, was playing high school basketball last year.
Lugasi was he played in I think he played in Nakuru or somewhere.
And Rajab Khatib again showing that soft touch. That's a rebound, pump shot. Missed Ochola with a strong rebound, but eventually Blazers come up with this one. Tied up, and now they look to break. Bounce pass to Makori, who finds Song, who's wide open for 3. He takes it, and he misses. He's having a very off shooting day. And why that lack of communication between Sidney Ochieng and Chris Musetti? That results in an out-of-bounds ball, and KPA will get this one.
As you say, communication is key, my brother. Communication is key.
Timeout call on the floor by the Blazers. They're looking to talk this over because they'd even taken the lead by as much as 1 after catching that 10-point halftime deficit. KPA regrouping and have now stretched the lead to 7 points. They'll need to talk this over with Blazers.
Let's get the box. Box up. These guys, they pushed you right here. Pushed you. Push them also. They push them also.
Right.
Sir, Joji,
Sana, everything is for you because we box out and tap. It comes to the free throw, and you're not standing there. Your man comes and takes the ball every possession.
No fast break, no.
Come there and get the ball. Okay, we need the ball first. We ain't got no breaks. Hey guys, this game is still alright.
Let's close it down again. Let's close it down. Let's close it. But now when you close it,
I've called the
keep it there.
I've called the time out for composure. I need Musetti center. It worked. Musetti center. We got the ball back. He scored a bucket. Can we do that? Let's compose ourselves.
The reality is this is. Let's go.
Knock him down.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
I don't know what I was doing.
Arnold, we rarely see white guys in the Kenyan league. I wish I could see this player number 11 in the court. Is he 11?
He's number 14.
Number
I think you're talking about Eli Dalla.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's not regarded as good enough to be playing in this one. Rajab Khatib looking for that entry pass to the post, but deflected off the foot. And now Frederick Lugasi will look to reset this one again. Rajab Khatib on the ball. He's known for spotting up and shooting. Double goes to Patrick Kirui, and he makes it. Few things more beautiful in the game of basketball than a big man who can shoot.
We talked about Kirui earlier on, saying he's a white collar player, takes the bank shot, takes the perimeter shots. They need to take that away.
They take that away, but they also need scoring. Do they? Blazers, and they get that one on a foul in the basket. Jamie Choma going to the basket. It counts. Foul on number 5. Rajab Khatib is first one, and Michoma will go to the line to go for the 3-point play.
Michoma has been good on the free throws. We know he's probably a 60% shooter. He's going to have this one's in the bank.
It's not in the bank, and the rebound corralled by KPA. Lugasi looking to push the tempo of the game. Slows down. There's a ball to Rajab. Khatib looks for a shot, changes his mind. Finds Ariel Lokal, who's robbed by Sidney Ching. Sidney Ching finding Makori. Makori finding David Choma, who gets maybe a bit overexcited, travels, and KPA will get the ball back. Rajab Khatib to Lugasi. Lugasi back to Khatib. They go inside now. This shot, and again Patrick with the ball, and again the big man with a big shot. He's cleaning up, coming off the bench and keeping the scoreboard taken for KPA.
Where is Okalia? Okalia is on the bench, and that's why Patrick is having a good time off the jump shots. He needs to get back in.
Actually, Okalia is in. He's just called on that foul. That's going to be his third one. And now he'll definitely head to the bench and make way for number 12, Brian Maramba, the rookie from Shimba Hills. Starred for them last season. Now finds himself in the Kenyan top flight. Pass to Ucheng finds Abelson, thinks about taking the shot, changes his mind. They go in and then they're going to dump it out, looking for the extra pass. Oh no, Jamie Chomo misses everything. He had George Makori but opted to go for the shot himself. And now Fred Lugas will bring the ball up for KPA. It's 38-47. The score has slowly crept up to a 9-point advantage for KPA. Rajab Khatib for 3, misses that one altogether. Patrick Kidri trying to save it. It's going to be a Blazers ball.
This is going to be a close game as opposed to what we had thought earlier. If only Blazers can keep the composure they're having so far.
Blazers need to stay composed, and they go inside, and it's going to be a foul. Rajab Khatib getting his second, stopping Kelvin Kerr as he goes to the rack. And now Kerr will go to the line to shoot 2.
Arnold, every time you play the zone press KP is playing, somebody needs to get back to cover the people running the mid lane. That's what they're not doing well.
I think they call him a free safety, because if you don't leave that player behind, trouble happens. You give a player free throws like this one. Kevin Kerr making the first one. Looking to get to 40 and bring the lead down to 7 with a second made free throw, which he makes. And it's been quite competitive, perhaps the most competitive of the matches we've watched here today.
And if you look at the way they're playing, this quarter so far we had not seen the many turnovers that they were in the first 2 quarters. I think the coaches have done a good job in highlighting that.
Yes, indeed, and right just on cue we have a turnover there. There's a foul called on the floor. Fred Lugasi acknowledging that his foul, it's his first. And KPA now in the penalty, so from here on out, every foul they commit, Blazers will go to the line for shots.
Blazers need to take this cue and take the ball inside all the time. KPA in foul trouble.
There's a 4th foul, a bit of conversation as to its free throws, and it is free throws. Sidney Chieng going to the line. Everything's there. Sidney Chieng doesn't make any of those free throws. Now KPA bringing it across the floor with Tony Okello. Ball gets to Marvin Turibi. Marvin Turibi faking, then driving to the basket, looks for the floater, and he makes it. Player just checked into the game. And the basket counts, but the referees will consult because there's a bit of a problem with the scoreboard. Game resumes after that gets corrected. Abelson on the ball to Kevin Kerr. Okay, finding George Makori. Makori looking to set something up. Jamie Choma losing the ball. And that will be out of bounds. Blazers ball, 11 seconds left in the shot clock. Again, a bit of a problem with the shot clock there, but that gets quickly corrected. Albans on with the ball, seconds left to this one, drives, gets it to Jamie Choma, who has his shot blocked by Marvin Turibi, a forward getting swatted by a guard. Very embarrassing, isn't it?
That's a brave block by that young guy there. He could have either taken a foul, which is not advisable at this time. It's 11 seconds to go. You should have let it go, just play good defense, not jump, put your hands up, close out, take away the drive.
They get 2 seconds on the shot clock, actually 1 second. This one will have to be a very quick catch and shoot. And Son catches, takes a dribble, and that's a shot clock violation. A player of his experience should know better. That's a catch and shoot situation though.
As you said, Arnold, 2 seconds to go. You come ready to shoot the ball square and take it up. That 1 second dribble kills the momentum. Takes the shot away.
All right then, KPA looking to finish the quarter strongly, but they lose that, and then Abelson finding himself in space, drives to the basket. He's fouled. No basket, no good, but he'll go to the line for 2. Foul on number 5. Rajab Khatib, his third. He's racked them up pretty quickly considering he's played less than half the game.
KPA right now, they're beginning to show inexperience, as we talked about, taking Blazers to the line too many times, bringing them back into the game.
Bringing them back into the game. Abelson, of course, will always punish you from the line. There's 7 seconds left in this one. Rajab Khatib is going to look for the final shot, looking for man. Finds a wide open one, and now they have to go for the shot. Again, bad clock awareness being shown by these teams. They'll have to coach that as they go. As they get to play more and more in this arena and with this kind of tightly controlled situation. But that third quarter ends, it's a wrap on that one. Blazers were able to come back to us and actually take the lead, but now they've squandered that. It's a 7-point gap. KPA there at taking this time out and looking to consolidate that lead, and this is some of the moves. Of course, KPA showing good mid-range shooting. There's a free throw. They've shot very well, but that's a no-look pass. Ariel Okal, most impressive player of the game so far. Just home again with another dime. Patrick Uri's shooting has been very impressive. Ariel Okal going up for that throwdown. Their free throw shooting again. They punish Blazers from the line every time the Blazers have sent them there. And the long-range shooting, Rajib Khatib taking that fake, getting himself open, dropping that in. All told, it's been a basketball exhibition.
This looks like KPA is so much into the driving seat, Arnold. I don't think Blazers is showing something new from what we had in the first 2 quarters. They came out strongly. They need to step it up some more.
Yes, indeed. But they did come back and actually take the lead on the back of a couple of 3-pointers. You get the ball to Abelson, who's going to take the 3. He's going to make it. And that, again, as we said, is their main strength. That's yet another 3-pointer by Abelson. Jeremiah Musa getting in on the fun, getting his own treble. And again, the ball goes inside. That's a neat left-hand layup by Joel Fuller. And that's yet another 3-pointer by Jeremiah Omosa. All told, Blazers have given as much as they've gotten, and so although they find themselves training, it's setting up to be a very competitive 4th quarter.
So let us talk them. Let us talk them. Team, what
Abelson, Mr. Clutch, is looking to produce yet another famous performance. What's he going to do in this 4th quarter, Ben?
I think Blazers need to set Abel more off the three. I'm looking to see KPA come out and play more aggressive and look to put this game away. It's the fourth quarter. Coaches have seen that. Let's see how it goes from there.
Rajab Khatib with another one of his very nice looping shots. This is in that way, and now Jamie Choma to bring it forward. Grab it to the basket, he's fouled, and he's going to go to the line, shoot two. That's a very good way to keep the scoreboard ticking without the clock ticking. 9:41 left. Jamie Choma going to the line to shoot two.
Choma noticed the mismatch, Kirui marking him, took him straight to the basket. Good decision.
Makes the first one. Nicely taken free throw. Looking to bring this back to within 5, and you always feel that if there's 5 points in it, it's a 2-possession game. You can get something out of it.
Definitely, and as we said, Blazers are in this game because of free throws.
Foul there, Rajab Khatib fouled on the floor. The foul is going to be on number 4, George Makori. That's just his first. And then KPA to inbound. Going long and finding Khatib. Khatib is going to take the three-pointer, trying to put the early icing on this one. The one goes out of bounds. Blazers gets the ball, and they've got a chance to bring this to within 4.
Arnold, if you ask me, that shot is hurried. You are leading the game. You don't need to take such hurried shots. Work the clock, work the shot, get good openings.
Yes, you need to get good openings. You need to run the shot clock down. Take your shots with 7-6 seconds left as they go for the layup. And again, Jamie Choma showing why he's one of the Blazers standard players.
It's a quick steal, and as you said, Michoma is looking at the mismatches, taking them in good time.
Yes, indeed he is. That one by George Makori, enjoying that one, and again it's back to within 2. This one setting up to be a thrilling end to our festival of basketball here today, Ben.
KP is ready to break down. Blazers have tightened their defense. It's going to be a tight game, as you said.
It's going to be a tight game. Abelson looking to put the Blazers in the lead, and he does with that big clutch three-pointer. Just like that, Blazers claw back a 7-point deficit and are now in the lead by 1. What a basket.
This is the first lead for Blazers since the second quarter, and they've stepped it up in the third, coming back into the fourth. They realize the game is at stake.
Yes, indeed, Rajab Khatib tripped up Abelson, claiming responsibility, and indeed it's a foul by our number 12, only his first one, and timeout called. Actually, not really a timeout. Just a mass substitution by KP, taking out 3 players, bringing in another 3 because they realize it's time for the starters to come out and play.
It's a big gamble for a coach to take out 3 players in the fourth quarter. Very big gamble. Let's see what is
but
going
then again, if you look at the players he's bringing in Joseph Ouma, Ariel Okar, and Patrick Hiru. He's bringing in 3 of his big guns, realizes things have gotten very, very real here.
That's what I'm saying, is a gamble. Could work out for better or for worse because these guys are cold, these guys are hot. So let's see how it is.
I don't know if you gamble by bringing in 3 starters, but anyway, let's see what Blazers make of this. Let's see what KPA does with that. Jamie Choma trying to drive. They're going to call an offensive foul on that one. Way to take the charge on Joseph Ouma, showing smart basketball, especially for a kid as young as he is.
Having Okal back in definitely is a good idea. He needs to get the offensive balls as he was doing.
This leader now checking back into the game is Dixon Aran, the very athletic swingman for KPA. Patrick Hiru going off to the bench to take a bit of a rest. And now KPA eventually inbound, and Joseph Ouma with the ball. You were point guard yourself, when you still play point guard. What do you make? Never mind that. Talk about an interruption. Ariel Okal saying, thank you very much, Joseph Ouma, and please don't try to block that. I'm dunking this.
Okal is simply telling the coach, why are you putting me out? This is what I should have been doing long time.
Every player loves a dunk.
During my time, Arnold, when I was playing point, this point of the game, I know the game is at hand. I take everything to the hoop and shoot every shot.
And you drop a few dimes as well. Joseph Oma needs to take charge because this has become a very close game, just a 1-point game. Blazers have done very well to come back into it. He finds Aran. Aran swings it out. Nicely done, fake by Samuel Ochola. And ball eventually goes to Aran, and you know he's going to do one thing, and that's drive. Misses that one. Kevin Kerr with the ball. Finds George McCurry, and that's a lovely assist. Finger rolls it in. Blazers reclaim the lead. And I dare say, we've got a very thrilling game on our hands here.
This is highlight. I like the way the big guys are moving down there. Blazers are running the break. You'd think that the younger team.
And that's a foul by Joseph Oma. That's a necessary foul. He's challenging George McCurry. You got that uncontested layup on me earlier on. Right now, let's see if you can get the points in the free throws. It's a good foul by Joseph Oma to stop the momentum, because if Blazers keep breaking, KPA might not be able to control it.
But at fault McCurry there, he seemed to have waited for the guy. Should have taken it in quickly.
Yes, indeed he is, but let's see what his free throw shooting dimensions are. Plants that one on the front of the iron.
That's a brick, man.
Let me ask you a question, coach. When players pop high fives, the player who's just missed a shot, what do you make of that?
I think they're just trying to shut the guy up. Come on, man, make the second one, we need it. It's more like you can do it.
There's a foul there. Foul on Abelson, pushing foul. And Kevin comes out and makes way for Victor Kosgei, athletic perimeter player. Joseph Oma bringing the ball forward and finds Dixon Aran. Dixon Aran likes to play around the hoop. Ball back to Aran. Aran is obviously going to look to drive. Dumps it back into Ariel Okal. Takes the shot. Misses. Abelson with a big rebound. Big guards rebound. And now he's trapped. But they look to break. Ball back to Abelson. He's obviously looking for his 3-point. Ariel Okal paying close attention to him. Ball back to the top to George McCurry. McCurry looking for a man inside the miss. And now Okal is going to lead the break. Joseph Oma against the ball. Dixon Aran looking for it. And they will call a foul on Joel Wafula of the Blazers. Blocking foul. His second. Neither team in the penalty. Woeful free throw attempt by Ariel Okal. Doesn't put any legs into it, but Blazers in the penalty, so now every foul they commit, KP has to go to the line.
Quite early into the fourth quarter to go into foul trouble. If KPA notice this in good time, they're going to take every ball inside and get fouled.
And KPA get the offensive rebound of that free throw. Joseph Oma probably listening to you. They take the ball inside off a nifty little pass from Joseph Oma to Tony Okello, and that's yet another foul by Joel Wafula. That's his third. Substitution then as Victor Kosgei comes out and makes way for Jamie Choma, and Kevin Kerr comes back, and Chris Musetti is going to take a rest. 2 free throws then for Tony Okello. Makes the first one, and the game is now tied at 52 apiece, with a chance to bring KP right back into the lead. And he takes that chance. KPA leads his game by 1 with just about 6 minutes left in this fourth and final quarter. Abelson looking to run the point. Nifty spin move. Ball goes back to Nson, who's going to look for the 3, does not have it, so he brings the ball out to George McCurry. McCurry looking for the extra pass, he does not find it, but Kevin Kerr going to the basket and spinning that off the backboard for an easy 2.
Good move into the paint, committing the big guys to foul him. Very intelligent play.
That's yet another steal, and it's going to be an easy left-hand layup for Joe Wafula. And just like that, Antonio Juku does not like what he's seeing. Perhaps Blazer, KPA being a bit careless the ball. Blazers with their biggest lead of this game at 3 points. KPA calls a timeout.
Blazers have come back to hit us a 9-0 run. intensity defense, good offense.
I'm sorry, intensity management, guys, from the top. That's why you're getting fouls opportunity.
It's too easy. Guys, Georgie, come on. You know what? You all have to come down. As much as put pressure on them, when the ball goes down, you have to press
Sink down.
Sink. You can tell I'm coming in there to try and tap. Yes. But then the next guy, which is you, he's supposed to be here. Here where they're getting the ball. Hey, Jay can't pick up the foul.
I can't.
Yes, Jay has 4.
That's why we need him. He's playing well for us. Yeah, don't go. Hey, whenever he's on, guys, can we please look at the ball all the time?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go.
I think KPA coming into this game, coach has seen that these guys need to step it up, use their youth, attack more, and that's what I think the players need to do.
Yes, indeed, KPA perhaps getting the effects of altitude. Remember, they played Mombasa, which is at 0 or 1 meter above sea level. Nairobi at 1,500 meters above sea level. Big difference. Blazers now with that break, looking to slow things down a bit. Abelson looking for the 3-pointer, does not get it. And now he takes it, and he makes it! Abelson with a veteran's clutch play. That sends a ticker up to 59 points, and KPA now with homework on their hands.
With his kind of experience, they don't need to let him do that. They gotta take him seriously.
Rajab Khatib for the points, and again now Blazers get the ball. They're gonna look to slow it down now. Get the ball to Kevin Kea. Kevin Kea is no rush of any kind. Double swung out, looking for the 3-point shot, misses. And that's a very crucial rebound by Frederick Lugasi, the rookie. But then again, he makes a rookie mistake, setting that ball over the advertising hoarding, and it's gonna be a Blazers ball.
When you're down, you don't need to get the ball and rush it like that. Take it easy, bring the ball down, work it. We still have enough time, 4 minutes to play.
4 minutes, 17 seconds left. Sydney Ochieng checking in for Joel Wafula on the Blazers side. And Blazers is no particular hurry. George Makori getting it back to Kevin Kerr. Okay, looking for and finding Jamie Choma. Jamie Choma has had a bit of an impressive game. Takes that screen, takes the ball to the basket, and he is blocked. That's a big rejection, but Kevin Kerr recovering the play for the Blazers. They're looking for the extra pass. Abelson, and they waste the shot clock, and they should have done that earlier. But that's good defending all round by KPA.
We've talked about Ochola being an aerial player. That's what he can do, shut the rim down, goes up. Big defensive play. They needed that. They needed one stop. Let's see what the big guy can do. He's been off for now. Let's see what he can do. I think Abel now is going to take the game in his own hands. Being patient is good enough for him. Let's see how else he can take control of this game.
Abelson taking the Blazers in his own hands. There's a foul, but Kevin Kerr keeping good possession of the ball. Drops to George Makori. That's not the pass you're looking for. KPA recovers. Another big man, Ariel Okala's got the ball, showing his ball handling skills or lack of ball handling skills, because KPA lose that. It gets right back to him. They're going to go for the 3-point shot. That's a miss. Ariel Okal tries to rebound that, but taps it away. It's going to be Blazers' ball. Sydney Ochieng working very hard. How are Blazers clawed back this game?
Blazers have 2 threes from Abel. Turning point of the game. Good defensive zone defense. Nobody in the KPA shooting the ball. They've shut down the big guy Okal. So KPA not going for the fast break. To me, this game goes on like this, gonna be in the bag for the Blazers.
Blazers kind of have it in the bag right now with just under 3 minutes left. They're leading by 6 points. Timeout on the Blazers. They're going to re-strategize. Let's take a listen in.
This is I had a mismatch. You have a post on me. Let's get out of it.
Maybe on the bench. Don't say shoot. Fans say shoot. I'm not going to shoot when I hear shoot. Say 2 seconds. Say, let's look at the clock. Also, we're outside to help. Say 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Then we miss the time. Because they scream shoot all the time for no reason. I stop falling down. I'm not crazy.
Let's go to the bar.
Look, hey guys, when you cross the court, let's look to run our play. Let's look to run our play.
Remember this. We prefer having 24 seconds on both sides of the game.
Yes.
This is the moment. Okay, let's go.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Run the clock.
Players calling that timeout now. Ben, as a coach, why, when you're leading by 6 points with 3 minutes left in the game, basically, do you call a timeout?
That can really work against the Blazer coach because they have the momentum. KPA probably don't have another timeout. You're helping out the KPA coach.
I don't know, man. I think KPA is in a bit of a panic here, but they're going on a full court press, looking for the long ball, and KPA recovers that one. But he's probably swallowing my words a little bit. But that's a nice tap out by Kevin Kerr. That's going to be a sideline ball for KPA with Eddie Menza bringing that in. Long three-pointer, unnecessary shot at this time of the game, isn't it, Ben?
This is more of now Blazer what should have done earlier on. They're crushing the defensive boards. They have taken away Okal. They're definitely looking to win this game.
They're looking to win this game, and Abelson looking to lead by example, inbounding the ball. Not the easiest of duties for a basketball player. George McCory looking to make that cross-court play. Does not make it. There's a steal. Ariel Okal on the ball. He's going to look for Frederick Gassi. Oh, he does not need him because he goes to the house and makes it. And it counts. Big play by Ariel Okal. Decided to take the lead himself. Basket drops. Foul on Kevin Kerr. And take another look at this one, Ben.
For a big man, that's quite a nifty move, man. I should have thought it was a walk, but he managed just to get it off in good time. Good play, foul in the basket.
We talked about Ariel Okal is a big man with small man skill as he goes to the line now to try to complete his three-point play and bring KPA back to within 3 and a single possession. Makes the free throw, nothing but net on that one. KPA looking to trap, and Abelson needing every ounce of his leadership to control this. KPA steals that ball. It's back to Ariel Okal, tied up, and it's going to be Blazers ball.
The defensive pressure of KPA now, full court, let's see if it's going to pay some dividends.
It really will, and they're going to call a foul on that. It's going to be a pushing foul on number 13 for KPA. That's Eddie Menza. Is that a clean game? It's his first foul, but KPA applying full court pressure. What are Blazers feeling as they face this intense defense?
Right now, Blazers need to have more guards on the floor who can handle the ball, just cross the half court and relax. They need to relax, compose themselves.
Sydney Chain crossing the half court and giving it to one of those other guards, Abelson. That's a nice fake going to the basket, and he is fouled. Jamie Choma taking control of the game, deciding to go to the rack, which is what you want your players to do every single time in such a tense situation.
As he talked about earlier, only Sydney Ochieng in this setup is not a guard. Blazers are applying a 4-guard out, 1 post in for them to be able to handle the ball at every corner.
Blazers played with that one big man the whole game, and now that foul puts Ariel Okal in foul trouble. He's got 4. Do you keep him in the game as a coach, as coach if you're Anthony Juku, or do you bring him out?
With only inside 2 minutes to play, I leave him in there, work to get the ball to him, take it strong to the basket, get fouled.
So you're keeping in him for defense, for offensive play. But how about on defense?
On defense, you have nothing to lose. With 2 minutes to go, play aggressive. Kirui can still come in and do the rest.
Anthony Juku, the man in the hat there, having a difficult time as his officials are demonstrating with the referees. But I think our reset is perfect. It's Blazers 59, KPA 56, 1 minute 56 left. Very finely poised here. And that loud cheer goes up because their player wanted to see Cambon Elidala finally checks in. Blazers looking to tighten up the defense.
This is a very serious sub. Probably is the best shooter we have in the team. Let's see what he's got.
The reason he comes in is because the fouled player got injured, and so Elidala, coming into immense pressure, is going to have to take his free throws.
We have the player sitting out, having been injured. I think he looks like he has too much confidence. He's gonna nail 1 for 2. That's my take.
Jamie Choma injured, so Eli Dal will take the shot for him. Makes the first one, and a huge roar comes up for the crowd. They are loving it. That's the kind of impact you want to make on your debut for the Blazers.
Good start for him right now. Game is on the line. He'll definitely make this one too.
Getting the shooter's roll there, but it clangs out. Fred Lugasi on the ball. And that substitution has no doubt electrified this crowd here. Lugasi, they're looking to silence them a little bit. Takes the long three-pointer, and he bangs it in! That, just like that, KPA back to within 1 point. And this game is going to go all the way down to the wire, Ben.
This game is definitely going to the wire. Brave 3 from Lugasi. Brave 3. One defense, game could change hands. You could see a change of lead now.
By one defense, you're talking about one defensive stop, and just like that, the game could change hands. It's very finely poised. Somebody was offering me an 8-point spread bet. Clearly that somebody did not read this game well enough.
If I were you, I'd take the bet, because as it seems now, momentum is back to KPA.
There's not going to be an 8-point spread here as the Blazers missed out on KPA. Corrals, a huge rebound, looking to push the ball with Lugasi. Lugasi looking to drive in, brings the ball back out. Good awareness there to make sure that it looks for the offensive set as opposed to a rushed shot. Now then, KPA going into Okal, who's done it for them all day long, and Sydney Ochieng knows exactly what he did. It's not a shooting foul, it's a foul on the floor. Sydney Ochieng with his third. And because they're in the bonus, Ariel Okal going to the line to try to reclaim